It's fun to be tribal. It's fun to be primitive. It's fun to be racist. And the mainstream media certainly promotes it and pushes it. And why? Because the mainstream media and the power structure they represent, the global mafia, wants to keep us divided and conquered, fighting with each other. Now, the vast majority of people agreed with my analysis last night with my George Zimmerman found not guilty. But some of the people in there sit there and put out the predictable statements about you're just racist, siding with the white guy. Let me explain something. George Zimmerman looks like he's from North Korea, like he's Kim Jong-il's little brother. And I think that George Zimmerman made a mistake following Trayvon Martin around. But there is reasonable doubt that he killed him in cold blood. There is reasonable doubt that he intended to shoot him. And that is why he was found not guilty. And sometimes there's miscarriages of justice, and our system isn't perfect, but it's the best in the world. Believe me, I've studied it. And that's why O.J. Simpson got off, because there was reasonable doubt. Sure, the evidence pointed towards him doing it, but you couldn't totally prove that he murdered them. In this case, you can't prove that it wasn't in self-defense. So there's reasonable doubt, and so it's very similar. O.J., though, of course, got found guilty in the civil trial and then later got into trouble and is sitting in jail right now. But the media tried to make that a whole racial circus. It's all about divide and conquer. What the media will not cover, I mean, it's in the newspaper every once in a while, is that out of 270 plus thousand people, black people that have died since the 1970s through 2011, that's the latest numbers from the Justice Department and FBI statistics, 94% of them, look it up, were blacks killing blacks. And that nationally, black homicide victimization rate is 6 times that of whites, and in some cities, 22 times that of whites. And that out of 279,000 black murders since 76 to 2011, 262,000 plus were blacks killing blacks. Boom. You're not going to hear Jesse Jackson, MSNBC, Al Sharpton, all of those folks talking about that, because they have nothing to offer any community for liberty and freedom. They just have more division. They're race pimps, and they're incredible racist, pushing divide and conquer. In fact, a lot of them probably aren't even actually racist. They just know that it's very powerful and easy to manipulate people. The Democratic Party constantly obsesses on race like nothing I've ever seen in my life. It is incredible. Want to do something for black folks? Here it is. 260 plus thousand killed by black people. Black people killing black people. But that's the big secret you're not supposed to talk about. And then we saw all the calls by celebrities and people on Twitter, kill Zimmerman, or he better leave the country, or the hood's going to dish out justice. And DrudgeReport.com has a big list of things on this. And now they're talking about Obama politically going after Zimmerman, because that's all Obama has is more racial division. He didn't give people free houses and all the free stuff he promised. He didn't get the economy going. All he did was launch all these wars, mainly against Africans and brown people in the Middle East. So expect them to wade back in, just like the Justice Department did day one, stirring up demonstrations last year. They want this as a diversion to change the subject. And Time Magazine criticized us and said it's racist to say that there might be riots when people were calling for it. Never mentioned that there were literally over 100,000 tweets, tens of thousands a day the last month, calling for racial attacks, burning down white neighborhoods, killing Whitey because Whitey's a blue-eyed devil. No, Time Magazine came out and said there would be no riots. It was racist to say it. And then, of course, in Oakland and other areas, there have been riots and buildings being set on fire and police cars torn up and all the predictable stuff. That article's up on Infowars.com with all of the tweets. And there's the article from a few days ago, July 11th. Time Magazine says it's racist to say that this might actually happen. Well, now it's happened. And by criticizing rioting and pointing out it's not good, we can stop it. We can stop the looting and hundreds injured and 25 dead and thousands of homes burned down and firefighters killed. Let's wake up. Let's come together. Let's realize that we're being manipulated. I'll be on the radio today, 4 to 6 p.m. Central at Infowars.com with the audio streams, local stations in your area, covering all the details of this and more, 4 to 6 Central, Infowars.com. Let's wake up and come together and not be part of the Klan or the New Black Panther Party or any of these groups that are obviously run by the feds and by the globalists for divide and conquer. Again, Alex Jones signing off for Infowars.com until today when I'm live on the radio, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, weekdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. You can find all the links and everything right there.